This is gonna be our intro right now.
As I check my email.
To Oddly Juicy podcast episode number 11.
That's number 11.
This is number 11.
Ooh.
I'm sure of it. Yeah.
Numero.
I'm sure.
Uno.
Uno.
I'm trying to think what 11 is in Spanish.
I have no idea. None.
Yeah. So today's kind of interesting. I wasn't quite sure what we should talk about. So I was.
Right.
So I reflected on what kind of has been like some general themes in the last few days, few weeks.
Right. This is going to be an interesting podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And as I was thinking about it, I went, You know what's kind of interesting? There's so many problems that people are experiencing it, and it's not just in relationships; it's in life and friendships and everything else.
Yeah. And
it all stems back to one simple thing. And it's holding boundaries. Why is it hard? But why is it important to hold the boundaries? All right. So I have a little opening monologue to set us in the tone, get us in the headspace. Well, let's talk about boundaries. Everyone says they have them. People post quotes about protecting their energy. They swear they're never putting up with certain things ever again. But here's the thing. Holding those boundaries, that's where it all gets tricky. Life happens, feelings get involved, and suddenly those lines people drew in the sand start looking a little flexible. So today, it's all about boundaries, why holding them is so important, what happens when people don't, and how the world might look different if more folks actually stuck to the limits they set.
Okay, interesting topic for today. Because I suck at boundaries.
I think a lot of people do.
Some boundaries I'm good at, and then others I just shove it right under the rug there.
Well, this is good.
Sweep it.
This is good because I feel a toss-up. For certain people, my boundaries are really bad.
Yeah.
But for other people, my boundaries are a little too good.
Okay, so your boundary with me, how's that? Be honest. Be honest. Honest.
I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
Like, I give you a lot of grace.
Oh, good. Okay, thanks.
But like, if I'm busy and can't do something, like you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like you're never
we're pretty easygoing.
But why?
Yeah. I think we're pretty easy.
Aren't we hanging out today? No. No. But you promised. No. I think with you, it's like, you're like, what are we doing? Are we doing a podcast? And I'm like, yes. Let me figure it out.
Yeah.
And then we figure it out. And I'm like, okay, no, actually, I'm really busy. Oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
We'll do tomorrow, whatever the case is. I think we're pretty good.
I think we're pretty flexible.
And then yours with me is pretty good.
Yeah, we're pretty flexible.
We're just like, because you're busy. It's because you're busy, I'm busy.
Yeah.
And that's just life.
Yeah.
We're also just cool
Honestly,
people.
though, I don't know. To be honest, I think with you, I don't really have any boundaries because I don't feel like there's really any need to really have boundaries.
Well, that's because I respect the boundary and you respect the boundary.
Yeah, but I don't think we've ever really crossed
have to force a boundary.
Yeah, or forced one. Ever.
That's true. Because I'm just like, you stay right there. I'll stay here. We'll meet in the middle when we need to.
Okay.
Do you feel like holding boundaries is harder now? Or is this an ongoing thing?
Ongoing.
Ongoing?
I think for every person, relationship, whatever, it's very ongoing. Sometimes.
ASMR for you guys. Because I heard that a couple of you like to listen to us to fall asleep. That was one of the comments I meant to say to you.
Oh my God, what?
They said that our laughter is so joyous and our voices are so soothing. And nothing puts them to sleep like drama. And I was like, okay. Yes, this was from somebody I was working on set with.
Okay.
And they discovered this. They discovered that we do this podcast.
Okay.
And so they binged it. They binged all the episodes.
Shit.
Well, I mean, like over a 10-day period, right?
Okay. Yeah.
They
Good
binged
for them.
them all.
Thank you.
But they just said that they liked. They actually really liked our first episode.
Really? Okay.
We're totally going off track.
I know.
That's besides the point. They really liked the first
ADHD.
episode because they didn't feel they had to watch us.
Okay, yeah,
which I thought was an interesting perspective. She liked that she could listen to us,
Yes.
and it was about listening. And there was visual if you wanted visual, because we were still moving and it was still us.
Yeah.
But she liked that it was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
So that was her. What else did she say? I can't remember which episode she liked the most. She liked us on the bluffs.
Okay.
Or like on the rocks there.
Yeah, Albert liked his favorite episode by far. Shout out to Albert, and shout out to your friend too. Thank you. Thank you for all this feedback. He actually liked the impromptu barbecue one for my son's when we were on tour for my son's graduation. He was like, "Oh, it was interesting listening to like the wide range of people and their perspectives and like their age range. It was like really
it was
interesting.
It was a pretty good age.
Yeah, so he really enjoyed that a lot. So I think this is episode 11. I could be wrong. I actually think it might be episode 10.
No, it's episode 11.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember because I put episode 10 in the title of the last video.
There we go. So I was right. All right.
No, okay. So going back to
our topic, yes.
Setting a boundary that we're going to talk about the podcast.
Yes.
Why do people struggle to keep boundaries? Like it's hard because it's nuanced and it depends on the situation. But I think what does it boil down to?
I think a lot of people are people pleasing. I think in that way where it's like, okay, they come across close to a boundary or they cross that line of the boundary, but then they're kind of like, okay, I'm going to give them a blah. I'm going to give them a pass because it's like a one-time type of thing. You know what I mean? And maybe they didn't mean to do it, or maybe they didn't realize that was my boundary, because some people don't talk about these things ahead of time, right? Set expectations like we've talked about. So I think a lot of people just kind of like seem to sweep it under the rug and just mosey on and continue on in whatever they're doing, friendships, whatever, relationship. And I think it's just, I'm sure that one or both people realize that that's their boundary, but it's up to that person that is enforcing that or has that boundary, how much they want to enforce that. And if they really are strongly believe in that boundary, that if anybody comes close to that or crosses that one time, that's it. Like, that's how I see it.
Yeah. But as you were saying that, I was just thinking, I was like, is it also that people push boundaries? They test boundaries a lot more now?
Yes, they do.
Because that's an interesting reflection right here. Because the first question was, is it harder to maintain boundaries? I don't know if it's harder to maintain boundaries, because if it's a hard thing you've dealt with your whole life, it's going to be hard.
I think it depends on the person, though. I think it depends on the dynamic between two people. It depends on the type of person. If you're that type of person already that's been scarred way too many times, as an example, you're not going to let somebody... Please pick that up.
No.
Just kidding. You're not going to let somebody...
we will take that with us. It's just so it's out of my hands.
You're not going to let somebody cross that boundary. If they cross that one time, and I know people that are like this, they're like, yeah, you got to go. Like, one time is one time enough to show me who you are and you know what you have and like what's coming your
right. Well, I guess that's a good point.
So I think people over time, like, and depending on your age, everything is depending on experience. Yep. A lot of it is yes, and what you've learned from the mistakes. I think a lot of people tend to stop the boundaries when it happens if you have that mindset already. Do you know what I mean? And you're not like trying to please people. You're not trying to bend the rules because it's something new and trying to see where things go. I think that a lot of people, like, if you're in that headspace, you're done. Like, one boundary that's crossed, forget it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are like that. They're just like, no, I'm sorry. Like, that's a big no-no for me.
And like, I think that's a good way to be, though. I mean,
depends on the boundary, though. Sometimes people have way too many boundaries. Let's be honest. Some people have way too many boundaries that are just like, it's almost like how somebody called me miserable all the time. But it's like, they're just like, no, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that.
But isn't that okay? I mean?
It's okay, but then how are you supposed to find somebody if everything is no? Well, I get it.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree with you. I agree with you that, yes, people can be too picky, but I think it's a different, like, I would look at it as a different dynamic, right? If you're my friend and you're like, oh, I can't do well with love doesn't work for me, or friendships don't work for me, blah, 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 wow, everything's so difficult. then I might be like, okay, you're too picky. Like, you have too many boundaries.
Yeah.
The reason that you don't like it, you can't find your groove with any guy or girl or whoever I'm speaking to. The reason you can't find your groove with anybody is because your walls are too high.
Yes.
You're too specific, everything. And there is a point where it's too specific. But on the other side, if you're with somebody or you're dating somebody and you have a list of things that you don't like, follow that list. If you want, like, I get it, whatever. People are unrealistic sometimes. They want their, 6'5" hunk of a man with millions and millions of dollars and to be attractive and this and whatever, six pack, whatever. Be real, be ridiculous, because if you're ridiculous, you'll at least go in the direction of something you want, and then you won't waste your time.
Well, that's why I say there's always somebody for someone. Yes. It doesn't matter who you are. If you cross somebody's path and they don't like you, well, that's fine. That doesn't necessarily mean that all hope is lost. It may take you a while, obviously. As you told me many times, sometimes you have to go through the muck and the murky waters to get through the good stuff, right? Yep. So yeah, I get it. But sometimes it can be very taxing and draining.
Well, you know what it is? You know what I think you're alluding to? I think you're alluding to when you're in a relationship with somebody, and it isn't always romantic. It can just be friendship or platonic.
Platonic, yeah.
When you're in a relationship with somebody and then they enforce the barrier, the boundaries, or the expectations. Yeah. That's the hard part, because it's like, hey, wow, I love you. You're so amazing. You're perfect the way you are. And then once I get you in my grasp, then I'm like, actually, you got to fit in that box.
But then that's what, how do I say this? I guess coming into it, then you're really not saying all the things. You should say the things that you're wanting or that you're needing or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
But then that person, I would say, can't hold boundaries properly. And boundaries in a different way, because expectations are boundaries. And if you want, I tell guys all the time, I'm like, why, if you want a brunette baddie, if you want a brunette baddie, are you going out with a blonde girl? Oh, well, she's nice. And I'm like, but she's not your type. Oh, but she's nice, and I like what she does for me. It's like, no. But this is the point. That's not the girl for you.
I see what
you're saying. If you do not like them, and your whole thing is that I like brunettes, I like this, I like this.
Set on that, yeah.
Just go for that. Don't go for, oh, well, I never thought that I'd love this person, but I really like them now, and they do a lot for me. So.
But remember what we've always said. Sometimes people like to think the grass is greener on the other side. That philosophy, that statement.
But it's greener where you water it.
Well, that's... that should be. Yeah, you should, essentially be like that.
Well, unless you water it with bleach, but yeah.
Kill your whole garden.
Acid, yeah. Total wipeout.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I see it all the time. This is why I thought the boundary topic was very timely, is because a lot of people are coming to me telling me stories about relationships not working out or problems that are popping up in friend groups and working relationships, and it all kind of stems back to, well, why didn't you say no, or why didn't you say this is what I expect from the get-go? Because then it wouldn't happen.
But that's the issue that we've talked about before, is because people don't like to talk about and set expectations right away. They like to go into it and then start talking and, going through the bumps in the roads as they're cruising along, and then start talking about, okay, well, I'm not, all of a sudden now you're doing something I don't like and I'm not really feeling that. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm not feeling this about you. So that's why the expectations don't always happen right away. And I've been in that position, and I've even in that position now where I'm asking that person, it's like, what are you expecting from me? What do you want from this relationship? What do you want from me? If I'm going to do A, B, and C for you, right? What are you going to come to me with that's going to match my A, B, and C?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Would you rather, if you're, okay, so you're with you meet this potential woman. You seem interested in her. You want to go out on dates with her. Is that when you would start setting expectations on
100%.
dates? Not on your first date, but
first date, 100%.
First date? Okay.
You know what? I would agree with you. If you talked to me a year ago, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
oh no, you should, first dates are fun, let them be fun. I really think, and this is even working like from, for those who don't know, I'm a producer in film and TV. You always, whenever you're talking to a contractor, you always tell them everything up front.
Yeah.
For example, this last shoot I did was vertical shoot. If you guys know verticals, they're fucking weird, but that's besides the point. When my other producer, when she onboarded the new PM, she said, hey, PM, these are all the issues you're going to face. This is how much shit you're going to have to shovel. This is how much money you're going to make. This is how long the days are. This is the expectations from us. This is all the bullshit.
Okay.
And she spent 30 minutes on the call with this girl going through every single thing.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I don't want to tell you, hey, this is the job, this is the money, it should be pretty easy.
Yeah.
We wanted to be like, this is the job.
Yeah.
And so she did a really good job of explaining it. And the PM went, can I think about it? We thought it was going to be no. Because when do you ever take a job where someone's like, yeah, so these are all the problems you're going to face?
Yeah.
But sure enough, a couple days later, she calls us back, or called the other producer back, and she was like, I'll do it.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'll do it. And it was amazing because when bullshit happened, exactly like we said, that wasn't industry protocol. Instead of going, this is an industry protocol, you guys are fucked up, blah, 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 blah. She went, good, at least they told me.
Yeah.
At least they told me so I could anticipate. And so now after seeing that and seeing other people's deal with relationship problems, it all creeps back up. So you don't have to go into all your ABCs because that freaks people out.
Yeah, it does.
But I would say to push so that the person understands you.
Okay.
Hey, I think you're beautiful. I think you're great. I think you're wonderful. Whatever. This is what I'm working towards as a person. Does that align with what you're working to as a person? Oh, that doesn't align at all? Let's have a good coffee. We'll chat for a bit. Maybe we can be friends or whatever the case is. Maybe I'm connected to you in this way because business or this, whatever. But maybe this relationship thing won't work out because you want to settle down, you want to have a family, you want to keep things pretty chill, and I want to go off to the stars or whatever bullshit.
Okay.
So
I get you. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the other side of it is you could just let the spontaneity
happen as it comes, like that, like, you know.
But the only problem is then you end up in circumstances where you're having a person be like, oh yeah, by the way, did I tell you about the cardboard test? And you're like, what the fuck's the cardboard test?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you have to fit this body shape over here. And you're like, but why would I'm not 6'4"?
Yeah.
I am 6'4", but that's besides the point. I'm not 4'8" and petite. How am I gonna fit that?
Yeah.
Well, you better fit it, otherwise goodbye.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I guess everybody, that's why everybody's different when it comes down to boundaries, right? But you should have some sort of boundaries. Like, you shouldn't just be loosey-goosey and just go with whatever. You have to, because if not, you're basically like shooting yourself in the foot. Like, honestly, that's
you have to be like, I'm okay with things to this point.
Yeah.
I'm okay until you hit this line.
Yeah.
Then I'm not okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. What's something you've seen or experienced where someone bent a boundary just this once and it completely changed how they felt about themselves or the relationship?
Oh my God, that's like consistently. Consistently. I've done it many times because I see so many red flags, boundaries that are crossed, and I just continue to be aloof about it. And I'm like, oh, I keep doing it to myself too, and I'm kicking myself. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It's too much. Like, this is like, I can't, like, because this person is, this situation, whatever happened, it's like, it's crossed that line, and it's just like, it's wrong, and I know that it's wrong, and I know that I'm not feeling right about it, but I still continue to do it. So that's bad at me. Bad not.
Bad. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It is hard, and especially when emotions are involved, because I'm assuming those are the boundaries you're talking about.
Yeah.
When emotions are involved, it's very hard. My example that I'm going to use is a relationship, because I mean, relationship, everything's heightened, so it's a lot easier to say rather than friendships. But my first forewarning, or my first piece that I'll say about this is, be very careful who you bend boundaries to. Because there are people who, like we talked about at the beginning, if you bend a boundary for me,
Yes.
I'll be like, woo!
Yeah.
Natalie really bent a boundary for me. Oh, whoa, hey! Natalie really bent a boundary for me. I really appreciate that she did that. I'm not going to put her in a position where she has to do that again.
Yeah.
That's my thought, and that's your thought with me.
Right.
It's like, oh, I know Nason really made his schedule work for me.
Yeah.
I better respect that,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll plan better next time.
Yeah.
Then there's other people who, and this is the circumstance, where you bend just once to appease them, and now that's the expectation.
Yeah. Because you've opened up Pandora's box.
My buddy is really trying to build a business, right? And no, it's not you. I know you watch this. So I'm not going to name names, but I know you watch this. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the person who doesn't watch this. A different person. I'm trying to be vague.
Vague?
So that people don't know, because if I say too much, they'll know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So-
100%.
He's trying to build a business. He's working really hard.
Okay.
He's on the grind.
Okay.
He is putting in like 80 hours a week
Right.
to make things work, to do the best.
Mm-hmm.
He sets time aside on the weekend and when he can for his girlfriend. He's putting in a lot of work, but he's making things work. So like, he's not 9 to 5. He's 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also good because if his girlfriend's like, "Oh, let's go out for lunch," he's like, "Sure,
Okay.
I can go out for lunch, right?
Okay.
But when I come back, I got to work again."
Right.
And so finally, because he's been dialed in, it hit a crumbling point.
Mm.
And he wakes up, he goes to the gym, not as early as us because he's not insane, but but he gets up and goes first thing in the morning.
Okay.
And she finally hit a breaking point, and they fought. Like, she really riled him up all night. And then yeah, she sabotaged him all night. And he still woke up. He slept for like an hour or 2 hours or whatever it was. Still woke up for the gym, went to go, and she essentially like sat up in the bed and said to him, "If you leave, I'm not gonna be back when you're back." Oh yeah. Like, it was that level. So he didn't go to the gym.
Okay.
And then he went to his computer to start working because he's like, "Well, if I'm not gonna go to the gym,
Well,
I might as well start working."
Yeah.
Oh, and
She
then
lost
it
her
was
shit?
well. Then she lost her shit, and she went back into fight mode. And so, because he was tired, because he didn't get his gym, he didn't wake up, he wasn't dialed into work yet. He was just like, "Well, yeah, I'll appease her."
Mm.
Oh boy! Now she knows
The triggers, like to the buttons.
if she causes him this much grief,
Yeah.
he will bend to her. That's what he taught her.
Okay, I get what you're saying about that.
So
yes.
guess what?
What?
The next morning, he
Don't
goes
tell
to
me
leave for the
same
gym.
Thing.
She didn't do the same thing, but she did something similar.
Oh man. So she's sabotaging that.
Oh yeah, because he wasn't providing time, he wasn't providing support, he was working too hard.
Okay.
But so the problem is, now that he's bent, and I see this all the time, this is an extreme case.
Yes.
I've seen it in, I've done it in my relationships and seen it where, oh, you know what, it's fine, like I don't need to do this extra work that I usually do in the evenings, like I'll go out with them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's not, oh, he's doing this once just so we can go out for dinner. It's like, oh, now he doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So anyways, the problem with bending to the wrong person is that the person thinks you're bending to them and you don't go back. You don't reform your shape.
Right.
They think, oh, perfect, the door's open. Now I can walk through the door anytime I want, and not that the door only opens in specific cases.
Yeah.
So it's really hard.
So it's basically like it's like a trigger. So she knows what buttons to push. That's
She knows that
basically
if she rips his ass apart all night, maybe that's the wrong phrase. It gives him shit all night.
visually thinking that, like, what the fuck is
People
this?
are listening to this going, what are they talking about? If she gets upset with him all night, there we go.
Yeah.
She gets upset with him and makes him go to bed later than he usually goes to bed.
Yeah.
And then she starts threatening him with things, he will bend.
Mm-hmm.
So now she knows, and maybe she's good Monday, maybe she's good Tuesday, Wednesday, bang. Thursday, bang. Friday, bang. So now he has to make a choice. He's got to say, no, I'm going to bed. No, I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm getting up and going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And if she threatens him, well, now it's even harder. because she's going to threaten even harder because she knows, oh, if I push, he'll break.
That's right.
But you have to be even stronger to bend it back.
Yeah.
And then this is the problem where he might go to the gym and she might come back. He might come back and she might be gone.
Gone, yeah.
So this is the hard part.
That's the tough part, but we all know, okay, let's just put it out there. Women, I'm sure you girls women can agree. We know exactly how to make a man fucking bend over and just tie our little fingers around them. Like we really honestly we know.
Yep.
And they are fully aware and they know it too, right? So it's just like
The worst is when you know you know that your girl is giving you shit.
Yeah.
Because she wants what she wants and
Yeah.
she knows that if she gives you enough shit, eventually you'll bend because you love her.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So, I mean, that's a sticky situation.
The problem is when you start.
But,
you know what though? It teaches him the other side.
For
where
sure.
He calluses his heart and then he's cut off from that.
For sure. But it's just the dynamics of relationships. Unfortunately.
Well, that's how. Yeah, if you're gonna play the game, you gotta play by all the.
There's
all
no
the things
rules.
That happen.
There's no rules. The rules are out the door.
Do you think the world teaches people that having boundaries is selfish or mean? And there's a caveat in there, especially women, but I don't know if that's applicable.
I think the world teaches boundaries to be. Why are you running away? Oh, are you running in circles?
Oh, I just.
Okay.
I'm forgetting that we have so much space for activities.
Oh yeah. For activities.
We can swap sides.
I think the world teaches boundaries to be selfish, but it also makes you realize how far you're going to take certain things,
right,
and how much you're going to endure from any situation, whether that's
right,
work, a friendship, a relationship, a situation, whatever. I don't care. Any interaction, it forces you as you learn to realize what you won't, what bullshit you're not going to take, and what you are.
Yeah, I think the world, society, and not even the world in general, but I think society teaches that boundaries are selfish.
Yeah.
Because if you have boundaries, those certain people can't take advantage of you.
Yes. I agree. I guess it depends on the circumstance too, right? Obviously, right?
It's like work's going to be like, oh no, you have to be willing to put overtime in.
Right.
And it's like, no. My contract says I work from 9 to 5
right,
and I'm done at 5.
That's right.
And unless you guys are going to pay me overtime, I'm not going to work past that time.
Right.
But they put it out there that, oh, do you not care about the company? Do you not care about your career? Do you not care about your job?
Right.
Why are you being so selfish? And it's like, no. The boundary is I stop work at 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can tell me that I'm allowed to have overtime, but and I can take it if I want to, but I'm not you're not forcing me to do overtime,
right?
Unless I make a choice to.
Well, it's interesting that you say that though, because for a while now we changed our signature to say your working hours may not be my working hours. Mm-hmm. So it's basically saying, if you're sending me messages or if you're going to email me whatever at this time, don't expect me to respond because my hours may not be the same as yours.
I like that, but it's funny because when that started popping up, because it's really popular.
Because you've seen it.
Now,
I'm sure you've seen it too.
Oh, everybody has it. Everybody has it.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of funny because the way I interpreted communications, especially in the workforce, is if you email me, you're not too worried about getting that email response back. Obviously, there's outliers.
Yes.
But email is like, get back to me in a day, 2 days, 3 days.
Right.
Doesn't really matter. Text message is like, hey, I'd love to hear from you in the next 24 hours.
Right.
Phone call is like, I need to just communicate with you as soon as possible. Right? So for me, if I emailed you, answer me when you want to answer me. Mm-hmm. I don't expect you to answer me at 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. If I'm sending emails at 2 a.m., that's me. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You don't have to reply at 2 a.m. You don't have to wake up and go, oh, Nason's emailing me. I better respond. It's like, no. Sleep. Wake up.
Like, you text me at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I'm not coming in.
Yeah, right. Well, that's because I'm driving home and I'm like, oh, Natalie's probably going to want to know if I'm coming in, and I'm going to be asleep in an hour. So if I don't text her now, then right. But I'm not expecting you to be to go, oh yeah, don't worry, Nason, at 2:01. Oh, don't worry, I know you're not coming into the gym. I figured because you're up so late or whatever. No. I'm expecting you to wake up, go to the gym, do whatever thing is, and then when it's 9, 10, 11 o'clock, be like, yeah, don't worry, hope you got some sleep. Yeah, so it's just kind of funny how that email signature thing popped out because it was like, it almost was like I have to force people to take time to themselves.
That's exactly what it is. Because every time we have a town hall meeting, they're always saying, remember, everyone, there's vacation time. Take it. Take the time to take a mental break. Take the time to step away. Everybody needs that. You don't need to be working all this time. You know what I mean? And it's important to take time away, to spend time with your family. They're really enforcing that because I think a lot when it comes to boundaries, I think when there's not boundaries set, there's a lot of mental issues that come and arise from it.
Yeah.
Hand in hand. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like that because a lot of people maybe lack a lot of boundaries or are very loosey-goosey with a lot of boundaries, a lot of people are taken advantage of because of that. And they, like you said, there's not a hard, like, no. Or, okay, I'm going to do up to this point, and then I'll continue on whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This goes into the next point.
Yes.
Do you think people respect you more when you hold your boundary? Or do you think they respect you less?
Well, that one person that I'm seeing doesn't really care much for my boundaries, as you are well aware. They're kind of like, when I'm telling them certain things, they're just like, they just fluff it off. But I'm like, they're always saying, oh, it's all I hear is bitch, nagging. Like, I told you, I'm just complaining. No, it's not complaining. I'm telling you what I want. I'm telling you what I don't want. And you're not listening. That's the problem. You're not listening. But yet I have to listen to you and say, like I said to you earlier, it's like, oh, you don't understand me. You don't understand me. Yes, I do understand you. I totally get what you're saying. I understand. I comprehend. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you get the fact that I'm not wanting to meet you at this time? I want to meet earlier. I get it that you were doing things, but you said a little while ago that you wanted to do things earlier and that we're not always getting together so late. Yeah, I agree with you. So then make the time to go earlier and see me. Do something like that. Do you know what I mean? But if you're not doing that, and then I'm going to say, oh, can we do that? Don't come and tell me, oh, now you're complaining. No, I'm not. I'm simply saying, this is how it should be.
Well, I think what this question really is it, or not question, but the answer to this is like, when you hold a boundary or you set a boundary, you really learn how that person respects you.
Yes,
it's
how they
not
respond.
So much,
it's how they respond
too. Is their level of respect for you. Because
correct.
If you set like when I set a boundary with somebody and they go, oh, sorry, Nason, my bad. I'm like, oh, okay, you had respect for me. You just didn't realize you were overstepping.
That's right.
But when I'm like, hey, that's not okay, and they go, what are you talking about? You're crazy. You're just bitching and moaning. Always bitching and moaning. Then that's when it's like, okay, it's not even about the boundary at this point. It's just that your lack of respect.
But that's what I said.
Yeah.
Countless times about certain things that I've told you about, certain incidences that have happened. And I'm like, do you not see that the people around can see? Oh, well, that's okay. No one's watching. Are you fucking mad? If you're in a public space and one person's already seeing what's happening, you're telling me that another 5 pairs of eyes are not watching? Come on, man.
Well, it's just disrespect. It's lack of respect.
Well, that's what I said, but that's what I say consistently. You don't really respect. How so? What do you mean? Hello? This is me. This belongs to me. It doesn't belong to
No,
you.
This belongs to... Hasn't he said that before?
Yeah,
no,
man,
it belongs to him.
I'm like, please, what are you talking about?
Gross.
What are you talking about? Who does it belong to? Me? Hello? Me. It's my body.
Yeah.
You know? Well, no. I'm like...
Well, yeah, I don't know.
No. That's why, boundaries are selfish, depending on the boundary. But I think that they're selfish, which is a good thing. Selfish can be a good thing. But it's also a way of...
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like if certain things that you don't like like as an example, like I said, if you don't want somebody to like smack your ass every single time, that's your own personal boundary.
I wouldn't say that's selfish though. I would
It's
say
not.
that's
No, it's not
like
selfish.
Self-care,
But
yeah.
it's being selfish in the fact that you don't want your body to be,
Right.
touched or however in that way.
Violated, yeah.
Violated, right? And that's
Sexually
not
assaulted.
that's not a selfish act at all.
Yeah,
That's well, no, that is being selfish because you don't
it's
want.
Selfish has such a negative connotation. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a self-love or
Yes, like you're
self-protection.
protection.
Yes, self-protection.
You're protecting yourself.
I picked that thought out of the same air
Yes.
that you did.
So you can't use the same word. Find another dictionary. Another synonym.
All we have is one.
Yeah, like so I think that boundaries are all of those things that are encompassed. And I think they're important to have. And people that don't have boundaries, I think they should really stop to think about what it is that triggers you. Why does it trigger you? And I usually think of it as, I try to think of it as, if something like this were happening to me, or if I was doing it to somebody, would I like it if they did it to me? That's kind of how you should see it, like a mirror.
Treat others the way that you'd like to be treated.
Yeah.
Kind of riffing off that, but
Yeah.
also being self-aware of your actions on someone.
100%. 100%. And it's interesting to know that I've come across this person that doesn't seem to have boundaries. Like, it was more like, well, if you want to date me, if you want to be in a relationship with me, you got to be like this and this and this. And it's like, fine, but there was really no boundaries. Like, I don't find that they aren't really, you know what I mean? They're very, like carefree. And that's fine. But, I don't know, it just feels weird.
It's interesting because it brings me back to a sentence that seems to perpetuate through the cosmos. And that is that the sentence is broken, but I'm going to use hurt. Hurt men know who to love, but not how to love.
Oh, yes.
And hurt women know how to love, but don't know who to love. And so I think that really ties back to boundaries. And because to have boundaries as a person in any type of relationship, business, platonic, romantic, you have to have a certain level of self-assurance, self-confidence.
Yeah.
And know your place in the world and understand that this is okay, this is not okay.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the boundary that I set. And I think that what we're running up against, especially when you're talking about this individual, is that he's been hurt before. And he knows that you're a good target to sink his claws into and control. And I think on the other side, I think that you've been damaged, you've been hurt by other men in the past.
Yeah.
And so this is the level of care and love that I have to put into a relationship, and this is what I need to be giving. And then he goes, "Oh, perfect. If I keep her in line like this, then I can control that." And this is the manipulative part: is that men know how to take advantage of that boundary. I don't know how. I've never been able to do that. I see. Well, it's like the guys are like, "Oh yeah," and then the woman runs in with a drink or whatever.
No.
I'm like, I don't.
Remember, I told you that this happened to me the last little while when they were like, we were at the parking lot, and then I rolled up. I was already parked. They rolled up in front of my car, and they just snapped their fingers. And I was like, I looked and I was like, the fuck? I got into the car, and I was like, the fuck is that? They're like, oh, I was telling you to get in the car. I'm like, I'm not a pet. I'm not a dog.
Right.
You don't snap your fingers at anybody.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I was just telling you to come in the car and look at you. I snapped my fingers and you came in. I was like, yeah, because we were going, so I obviously have to come in your car. But don't do that. That's rude.
It's
straight up.
And it's interesting because people they push boundaries in little ways.
But the problem is when people push those boundaries, they're like, oh, I'm just joking. You remember that, right?
Well, that's the easy dissolve, right?
But that's not, that is dumb because you look like an idiot when I'm telling you that's not a joke. And you know fully well that that's not a joke at all.
That's avoidant, what is it? That's not, you can't take accountability. Oh, the boys are coming by on the motorcycles.
Ooh. Yeah, but then they make you look like you're the crazy one. Because you're like, oh, well, no. Natalie, why can't you just be like, like cool and chill and stop having to stick up your ass? I don't have a stick up my ass. I'm just telling you the way that you joke is not one that has ever come my way.
But you're reinstating the boundary. You're saying this is not okay.
Yes.
And he's going, oh, why you like that? I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Fuck off with that.
You're saying, hey, that's a boundary point, and you've breached the boundary, and I'm pushing you back outside.
Mm-hmm.
And he's coming at you like, oh, well, I didn't breach the boundary point. What are you talking about? You crazy. You woman. What's one boundary you believe the world would be better off if everyone held?
Wait, that's a good question. I don't know off the top. What's yours?
I think it's less about what everybody held and
Mm-hmm.
one that everybody held for one another.
Meaning, like, elaborate on
Like,
that.
The boundary that I made sure I kept for you. Like, I gave you.
Okay.
Or when I'm interacting with you, a
Okay.
boundary I made sure is held between us.
Okay.
So because
Gotcha.
you can set a boundary, but
Yes.
the person can try to mitigate that boundary.
Yes.
They can not respect that boundary.
Correct.
So I would flip the question on its head and say that if everybody held a boundary for one another or held an understanding for one another.
Yes. Okay. On that note, I'll ride off of that and be like, how we talked about boundaries means another term could be like respecting is exactly that. Respecting how people are feeling about certain situations and situations that they're in, and being accountable, but also understanding and listening and actually taking it in and trying not to make that same mistake.
So if you dumb that down into one sentence, like one word, awareness of your emotions about a situation.
Yeah, I think if people were aware about each other's emotions,
or emotional response, maybe is better.
Yeah, maybe emotional response.
Because it's like, if I'm uncomfortable because we're in a crowded environment and it's overwhelming me.
Yes.
And you're like, come on, Nason, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna be like, oh, you don't care.
You're really not.
I'm this.
That's
I'm
right.
that.
That's right.
But if you're like, oh, he's really. Should we step outside?
Yes.
Or like,
yeah.
Do you need something?
That's right. Being aware. But again, like, not just emotionally, but like respecting the fact that you're not comfortable in that position.
Yeah.
So you're gonna respectfully be like, okay, let's find a different area where or if you'd like, you can go over there for a little bit. I'll come in and check on you. Like, whatever works in your dynamic.
Right. But you're not like, oh,
you're
Nason,
not forcing them.
on,
Yeah.
The party's over here. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to go.
Yeah,
over there.
you're not forcing them to be uncomfortable in a situation that you know clearly and fully well. Once you realize if they're triggered at that moment, and you're not listening, you're not hearing, you're not empathizing with them.
That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Demonstrating empathy.
Yeah.
It's like empathy.
Lack
and
of
care.
that. There's a lack of that a lot in the world
Well,
these days. I'm telling you.
I think that's a core issue in the world right now. Is just that people don't give a fuck about one another.
They don't. They don't. They say they do,
slightest.
but a lot of people fucking lie.
Yeah, everybody lies. I think that's something that perpetuates horribly right now.
Yeah.
I would go off of. I would say that if I was to say what people should.
Yeah.
What they should protect or what boundary they should put is their energy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people protect their energy well, but there's a lot of people who don't protect their energy well.
Yes.
And I think that that one thing that would help is if people protected their energy. That would be one that I would say people should really focus on. But if I was to put one out of a boundary that everyone should respect, I would say time. Time.
That's a good one too.
Or respect someone else's responsibilities.
Okay, that's a good
Choices. No, choices is the best one.
Okay, fine.
If I choose to get up every morning and go to the gym,
hence back to that situation. That
you should allow me to make that choice.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you don't like it, don't force me to not do it. Just say, hey, I don't like it. You're not the person for me. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair to have somebody make a choice like, I'm going to run a marathon every day, and be like, well, if you run a marathon every day, then we're not going to spend time together, and fuck yourself. So if people were respectful of one another's choices and allowed them to do the choices that just allow people to, this is it, allow people to make the choices that they want to make, because that's what the choice they want to make. And then you choose your reaction to that choice. So don't be like, oh, Natalie, I hate that you always wear purple. and you're like, but I like the color purple. I choose to wear purple. Respect that you like to wear purple. Now, I may not want to be your friend anymore because you wear purple. But that's not your problem, and I should respect the fact that you chose to wear purple.
Right.
So that's what I would say. It's like if somebody wants to work their ass off and work 80-hour weeks,
Yeah.
let them work 80-hour weeks.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you have to work 80-hour weeks. That doesn't mean that you have to hold time for them only when they're available and on their schedule.
True.
Right?
But on the flip side of that, people should always remember if you are in whatever relationship, platonic, we all know what we're talking about in general. If you're making plans with somebody and those plans change, be respectful about that. You know what I mean? And be respectful about, you know, just communicating it in general is important. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like a lot of people just don't bother to do that, and then they get all huffy and puffy because that's not part of your schedule. But again, that's your choice. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, go to the gym in the morning. You should have somebody say, well, oh, you're going to the gym again in the morning? Why?
Is it because you're going to meet some bitch there?
I know. And it's just like, no, that's been my flex from the beginning. And if you are in a relationship or whatever, allow that person to still have those things that they do. Exactly. That's the important part. The important part is you make time for that person in your world, and they're supposed to make time for you, not take away the things that you make who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sad to say, but it's true.
Yeah. I get that as a human, our biggest experience is or not our biggest experience, but one of the core defining experiences in life is love. But I'm telling you, that person right there behind the camera who's looking at us. That's you sitting there. I know you guys are watching us.
Or
I'm not
listening.
talking about someone else over there. Or listening.
Yeah.
I'm in your ears.
That's creepy.
It's not wrong. I know that love is a core attribute for humans, and we're pack creatures, so that's really what we thrive on. But you really, really, really have to choose your partner well, and you have to learn to say no, because if you don't say no, you will be taken advantage of. And
100%.
Not in every case, obviously.
Yeah.
But you got to really, really, really watch yourself.
Yeah.
And I just see a lot of people who break their barriers, break their boundaries in the name of love, and then I get a phone call that's I just feel really down and fighting with my girl all the time, and I'm like, well, what happened? Oh, well, I did a bunch of shit that she wanted to do, and now I feel like crap because I didn't do anything that I wanted to do because she told me that she had to go on this trip and had to do this thing and had to do that thing, and she, we moved in together, and she doesn't want me going to the gym, and she doesn't want me hanging out with friends, and I'm like, okay, but when you allow that, your partner expects that now because you broke it. So it's not okay, or another thing I always love is when I have plans with somebody, specifically a guy friend, and then I get the call of, hey, Nason, I won't be able to make it anymore. The girlfriend's got a headache, and she's really bad, so I got to make sure she's okay. First off, girl, I don't know about you, but if my girlfriend's going out, or my wife or whoever is going out, and they're going out with friends, and I have a headache, and she's like, oh, do you want me to stay? I'd be like, bitch, no. Go out with your friend. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to have some Advil. I'm going to drink a glass of water. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
You go have fun. You go enjoy. Make sure you're safe. Call me if you need me. I'm not going to be like, yeah, please stay. So first off,
yeah,
why are you holding him back? And second, why are you letting, I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard because of the circumstances. I get the response that I'm too cutthroat. That I'm just like, I would say, well, have your headache. I'll get you what you need, but I have to go. I said to Nason that I'd come.
Okay, yeah.
I was told I'm too cutthroat because I told him, I said, you shouldn't let that happen. It's like, I get she has a headache. I get she's...
But the only reason why he's doing that is because he's avoiding the whole conflict that's going to come down the road if he were to go, and you know that.
That's good. That's good. No, you're right. We've talked about
that because it's going to be a bitch fest. When
you have to go through it.
But I know. But it's gonna be the doggy house if he goes out. You know this. Every woman, you all know this because I've been there and I've done that.
So bad. It's so
It
bad.
is.
Makes
It
me
is
so
bad.
upset. Oh my god.
No,
man.
trust me, it is bad because a lot of people, I find that when they get either married or they end up having a kid or they're in a serious relationship, they're like, yo, where's Nason at? Oh, Nason's with his girl. Oh, man, he's like, she's got him like locked down. It's like, he can't go out no more. You're done. Once you're in a serious relationship, some guys are just like, forget asking Nason because Nason's in that position now or
And
he's
hey,
married.
it's not okay.
And that's it. That's it. Game
Yes.
over.
Yeah. And
How many times have you heard that?
Every time.
Exactly.
Every time. And not even people who are married and in relation and have babies or anything. Or
Right.
Kids.
Right.
Like it's just people in general.
Right.
You got yes, responsibility. You got a kid, you got to look after the kid.
100%.
Wife, you got to look after the wife.
100%.
But fuck, you can. If Wednesday night you want to go play hockey with your friends, go play hockey with your friends.
Yeah. So basically,
Wednesday night I want love. Sorry.
no. So basically, what we're saying is like still have a life of your own, as we've said before.
Yeah.
Still do those things that are important to you. Just build them around like situations. You know what I mean? And even if that means you got to discuss it, then discuss it. Who fucking cares? But allow the man and allow the woman to do what they need to do. That's apart from you, because that only makes your friendship or whatever stronger as a unit.
Exactly.
That's how I see it. Right.
And if your friend or your partner or your mom or your dad or anybody, if they try and lock you down with something like, oh, my stomach hurts, like you gotta look after me, cancel your plans. You gotta be like, I hear you. I know you're suffering. Do you need to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Well, no, I just want your company. Okay, well, I said to Nason that I would come. I said to Natalie that I would be at dinner.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock. Dinner's at 7.
I'll stay with you until
I have to go,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go to dinner.
Yeah.
I'll be at dinner for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I will come back.
Yes.
But I'm not going to cancel dinner, especially this last minute.
Yeah.
If you need to go to the hospital, then yes, I'll cancel dinner. But that means we're getting in the car and going to the hospital right now.
Yeah.
Because that means something's seriously wrong.
Yeah.
And yes, if that's the case, perfect. And then if they go nuclear, you won't cancel dinner for me. You don't care. Go. It's not that I don't care. I do care.
Yeah.
But I make plans.
Yeah.
And you saying that I need to cancel my plans because you don't feel good is not okay.
I agree.
And on that note,
that's it. That's it. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap
for episode 11.
Episode 11, yeah. So watch your boundaries, people.
Yes.
And don't be afraid to double down on your boundary, because that's okay. People will make you feel like you're not allowed to have boundaries. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're such a bitch. You're always bitching.
But it's up to
kids
it's up to each individual whether or not they want to withhold those boundaries or not.
Exactly.
Right? So, just be aware. And if you don't, like I said earlier, if you don't have boundaries, sit down and kind of think about what you want somebody. Hi.
Hello.
What you want someone to not do or do, and what you would allow people, friends, whatever, to do, right? And don't take shit. Sometimes you just don't have to take shit, depending on the situation.
Take care of yourself.
Yes, absolutely. That's number one.
Of course, always.
Always.
Anyways, guys.
Until next time.